two, three things that would be the very highest and hardest things you would have to do at the very beginning of your presidency, what would they be?
Well, I'm not thinking about the first year, I'm thinking about the first 100 days. You don't have a year, you've got 100 days. What would I do? Freeze on all federal regulations for 1 year except for health and safety. I would force the Congress to vote on any regulation over 100 million, and the Vice President of the United States, instead of just going to funerals, is going to unravel federal regulations. I'm going to move the corporate taxes down to 25, allow people to write off investment in plant and equipment, and bring those profits home from Europe after the initial time at very low rates, at no rate. And then on the individual side, 28, Reagan, 25, 10, capital gains at 15. And then I will propose to freeze all non-defense discretionary, 100 billion more into defense, and take the growth of Medicare entitlement from 7 to 5 and Medicaid from 5 to 3. And then we're going to fix Social Security with a program that will say that if you've been wealthy, you'll get less Social Security, so those that totally depend on it will get what they need. We'll get onto the border and make sure we knock off all this stuff we hear about deportation and have finished the border and give a path to legalization for those who have not committed crimes. Travel to the eastern, to our friends in Europe, and then get the phone numbers of every mother and father that has a son and daughter in Congress, so I can call mom on her birthday and have her call her son or daughter and say, don't mess with the president, I like him, okay? I'm going to do all of that in 100 days. So buy a seatbelt if you don't have one, okay? Let me just suggest, if you don't go down there knowing what you want to do, you will fail. And the country can't take any more failure. I mean, it can. We're a strong, great country. But we're getting weaker. And it is not good for us to get weaker. And so you've got to move quickly. It's called shock and awe, except it's economic shock and awe. And it's exactly what I did in Ohio. I said, we can't fool around. We're moving, because the longer you wait, they all get out their knives. K Street, lobbyists, billionaires. And you know what they're all out to do? Don't change a thing. Listen, I fought them for 18 years. I fought defense contractors that told me it was okay that if a wrench cost $20,000. I fought people who said, you can't balance the budget. You can't cut out the Overseas Investment Corporation, which was providing insurance to companies that sold light bulbs to Poland. You can't change that. You can't kill the Interstate Commerce Commission. What's wrong with you? And by the way, you can't balance the budget either. You know what? We did it all. But we're not interested in being popular or taking orders from anybody in that town who doesn't want to be constructive. You want to work with us? You're at the table helping. But you want to fight us? Okay, gird your loins.